connections to birds and where they migrate to, where they live, why we should love them, why we shouldn't love them maybe, how they're connected to things like figs, like the big parrot, or the cassowary plum. Talk about food and forest and ecology. Food and forest and ecology, yeah. And their calls, if they're relevant. Chickadee-dee-dee. And barn owls and how they serve like pest control and how you can get them in your yard, and powerful owls. Talk about where animals we don't even see live near us. Citizen science is a big word. Citizen science. And things like commemoration, the laws of ecology, the human dance, kind of like how we can use like storytelling and narrative to inform a kind of like collective movement where we instinctually respond. Ecological, societal change, where we work like a tree, you know, like we're trying to help others. We already do, but like on a more extreme grand scale. Commemoration is the key word. Human murmuration, societal murmuration, the murmuration of our society maybe, the murmuration of a people, murmuration of a people, murmuration of a people. So all of these ideas, I guess, are being strung together through this really loose concept, which is essentially just to appreciate and experience the world through birds and then see what we can learn from that. Even just things we can learn about our own successes, as well as obviously where we can be better. But like the art of the human creation, you know? For example, in the way a human looks at a beehive and we see just like the most geometrical, natural delight, and that is what a bird sees in a human-made garden. Like the magic of human creation, in the same way that we admire like the work of other species, we create the garden, we create like the curated landscape, and the bird sees that, and the bird sees the bird bath, and that's our reciprocation. That's our relationship building. They give us the bird song and we give them the garden. And maybe in making something like this, we could kind of like become aware through conversation of more ways that we do reciprocate and more ways that we can reciprocate. Like things that we can do that maybe individually we haven't thought of. And I think that's the power of conversations like this, because things you don't know kind of announce themselves at these times, and that's when we individually change. And I think that would be a really ideal outcome on an individual level for this project. Just, you know, open some doors of ideas that hadn't made themselves known to me or the people involved in this at this time in our lives, and kind of like allow our lives to be changed by that, and then kind of report back on that through the lens of storytelling and the power it has when it's really, you know, honed in on and utilized. So I'm just developing this mood board of ideas at the moment on my wall, and I've been taking a photo of it every day because I think kind of capturing this process could be a real like documentation aid, and it's just really cool to watch the process sometimes. I think Sarah Tse, the artist, really focuses on that, and I think a lot can be kind of understood and enjoyed about a project through like experiencing that process. So I'm just gonna test it out, and then I'll show you a little clip in a second of, hopefully this wall grows a lot more. But yeah, I'll show you a little clip of the first sample episode attempt at a podcast, and then I'll show you some potential deliverables.
Colombo
as well.
or Columbus?
Columbus.
Colombo.
Colombo.
Yeah. Columbo? What do you remember about Columbo?
I remember that he was a very docile,
Beautiful.
friendly magpie that had, I don't know, no ill will.
So yeah, me and Patty recorded that for, it ended up being 45 minutes, but I've cut the episode down to 25. And then we went to a park around the corner, and yeah, we sat there and we each sketched a magpie um, that you can see here. And the idea is to kind of turn that into this collaborative book in the end, where there's a double spread of each conversation, um, and like that could look like whatever that ends up looking like. But this is the kind of current vision of that. Um, yeah, a really clean kind of visual graphic book with maybe a double spread before each photo spread with a heading and kind of like conversational highlights and yeah, the things gained out of that for us.